Hi guys, welcome back to Pure Forex. In this video, I'm going to talk about risk to reward ratio and risk management. You know, as Forex traders, risk to reward ratio and risk management are very important in our trading success. So guys, what is risk to reward ratios? Risk to reward ratio is used to assess the profit potential reward of a trade relative to its potential loss, which is risk. Both risk and reward of a trade are based on lines that traders set. The relationship between these two numbers can tell you whether the potential reward outweighs the potential risk or vice versa. This can help you decide whether a trade or a setup is good enough for you to take it or not. So how can you determine a risk to reward ratio before taking a trade? There are 4-step process to that, guys. Let's look at the 4-step process together. So these are the 4-step process. Step 1, evaluate the potential price levels for your stop loss and profit target, right? Step 2, measure the distance between your entry and your stop loss. That is your potential risk. Step 3, measure the distance between your entry and your profit target. That is your potential rewards. Step 4, divide the two, potential rewards all over potential risks. So I'm going to use GBP card to demonstrate practically how to determine risk to reward ratio in order for you to take a trade. So let's assume, guys, I'm just assuming, right? Let's assume I want to sell GBP cards, right? I want price to get to this point where I put my line here. I want this price to get back here for me to sell. So I am looking for selling opportunity on GBP cards, okay? So now I have to determine my risk to reward ratio on this particular setup so that I will know, is it worth for me to take it or not, right? So now I have determined my entry point here. This is where I want to enter. So the next thing to do is to determine my stop loss. So I'm going to pick this line. Let's pick our line here, okay? This is where I want to put my, I want to remove that line, okay? Let's use this one. This is where I want to put my stop loss here. And this is where I want to put my take profit, right? This is my take profit somewhere here. So I'm trying to measure my risk to reward ratio, guys. So we are going to use short position tool on TradingView so that it's going to make calculate everything so easy for us, guys. So now this is the short position. So here, this is our entry point. This is where I want the market to come. So let me measure my potential rewards from the entry point to where I want to take profit, and also my stop loss. So here, okay, let me shift my stop loss, my take profit a bit down. I want to take profit here. All right, so this is where I want to take my profit, yeah. So this is where I want to take my profit. So guys, now let's go back to the 4-step process. Let's go back to the 4-step process. Step 2, measure the distance between your entry and your stop loss. That is your potential risk, right? So now this is from our entry to our stop loss. We want to know how many pips is 35 pips, right? So let's go to the next step. Step 3, measure the distance between your entry and your take profit, right? That is your potential reward. So we measure now, we have measured from our entry point here to our profit target. So from the entry point where I want GBP card to get to before I sell, from that entry point to where I want to take profit is what we call potential reward. And from my entry point to where I want to put my stop loss, in case the market come to this place, failed to go down, decided to go up, or decided to go against me. So this become what my potential risk. So this means that, for instance, what the short position is showing us here, it means that I'm risking $75 on this particular setup or this particular trade. So my risk here, or my potential risk, is $75, right? And what is my potential rewards? My potential reward is $186, guys. So this means that we are risking $75 to gain $186 if the market goes in our favor, which means we are getting ×3 of the amount we are risking. We are getting ×3 of the $75 I am risking. This is what we mean by risk to reward ratio. All right. So it is very important to measure your risk to reward ratio before taking that setup, because we don't want to use a risk to reward ratio that maybe the potential risk is equal to potential reward, which means that if we are risking $75, we are going to gain $75. No, we want our risk to reward ratio to be at least 2 and above, which means if we are risking $100, we should be able to come out with $200 in that particular trade. If we are risking $200, we should be able to come out with at least $200 and above from that particular trade. We don't want to risk $100 and come out with $100, right? This risk to reward ratio is going to help you to manage your trading capital in such a way that even if you lose 3 trades and win 2 trades, you are still going to be profitable, right? This is the importance of what? Risk to reward ratio. So in this example, you see that our potential reward, which is from our entry point to where we target our profit, which is our potential reward, at wedge our what? Potential risk, which is from where we want to enter to where we want price to kick to hit our stop loss when we are wrong, right? So this means that our risk to reward ratio is 3. But let's look at the first step. On the first step process, let's look at the number 4 example, the number 4 rules or step. So number 4 says divide the two. Potential reward all of our potential risks. But the short position tool on TradingView has already calculated everything for us. What we are going to do manually, if you want to do it manually, what you are going to do is that you are going to divide the potential reward. What is our potential reward in this example? Our potential reward is $186, which means we are going to use say $186 divided by our potential risk, which is $75, right? $186 divided by $75. That will give us 3. Which means our risk to reward ratio on this particular setup is 3, which is a very good risk to reward ratio. So we are going to enter this trade without fear or favor when GBP card gets to where I'm expecting to enter this trade. So this is how, guys, this is how to determine risk to reward ratio before taking a trade. So now that we have determined our risk to reward ratio, what comes into place now is the risk management. This is where risk management comes in. So the risk management will help us to determine the exact lot size that is suitable for us to take this particular trade, right? So we are going to use position size calculator. We are going to use my FS book position size calculator to determine the exact lot size that is suitable for us to take this particular setup. All right. So let's go to the Google Chrome. So when you get to your Google Chrome here, so you are going to type my FS book calculator. Okay. It's like the network is bad. Okay. I have my FS book calculator here, my FS book position size calculator, because I've been using it. I make sure I calculate the exact lot size suitable for me to take any trade setup that, you know, the market present to me. So let's click on it. All right. So please network, okay. Yeah, okay, this is the position size calculator. You click open, click on it. Let's wait for it to load. All right. So yeah, this is the position size calculator, guys. So what we are going to do now on this position size calculator, under the currency pair, we are going to select the pair we want to trade, right? Okay. Under currency pair, we are going to select the pair we want to trade. We are trading GBP CAD, right? So we want to select GBP CAD. So where is GBP CAD? GBP, okay, this is GBP CAD. Now, under currency, account currency, what account currency you are using? Is it, if you are in Nigeria, is it Naira? Is it Euro? Whatever the account, but we are using USD. We are using US dollar, right? So we select USD. So now the account size, what account size are you using to trade? Are you trading with $100? Are you trading with $200? Are you trading with $1,000, $50,000, $100 million? Whatever amount of capital you are trading, you are going to impute it here, right? So in this example, I'm going to use 100,000 US dollar, right? So I'm going to put 100,000 here, 100,000 US dollar. Now, here is risk ratio. How much are you willing to risk per percent, right? The percent you are going to risk, and it is advisable that you risk at least 1 to 2% of your capital. So in this example, I'm going to risk 1% of my capital, right? So I'm risking 1%. So here is the loss size. Here is the loss size. We are going to, not the loss size, this is the stop loss. So we are going to impute the stop loss here. So let's go back to our setup. This is a setup, and our stop loss is 35 pips, right? We are risking 35 pips stop loss to gain 123 pips, right? This is a very, very good risk to reward ratio, right? So now let's put our stop loss 35 pips. We go back to the position size calculator. We put 35 pips, right? So 35 pips. Then click calculate. You see, under the calculation, see result, it shows that we are risking $1,000 of the $100,000 capital. I'm risking $1,000 on that particular setup or particular trade, right? So I'm risking $1,000. Now, what loss size am I going to use? Look at the exact loss size. I'm going to use 3.88 lots. This is how to determine your lot size. You don't just assume any lot size when you want to enter a trade. You have to use the position size calculator to determine the exact lot size after calculating your risk to reward ratio, right? So this is, we are using 3.88 lots. So we go back to our setup. This is where you are going to use either your MT4 or MT5, depending on the platform you are using. You now set your pending order. You are going to impute 3.88 lots and set your pending order. So this is how to calculate risk to reward ratio and risk management. Guys, I believe this video is going to benefit you. Guys, like I always say, whether it is your work, your love, or your life, unless you throw your entire self into it, you will never really know it, guys. Make sure you subscribe and hit the like button, because I promise I'm going to be dropping amazing content here. Thank you so much for watching. Catch you in the next one, guys.